Besides the gutter, where can people find you? Let them know.
Probably some random whorehouse.
Got big hair, don't care. I'm standing up in this spotlight. This is my life and I love it. And there's no part that I won't share. I'm feeling myself, well, independently dependent myself. You get the better me, a bitch ahead of me. I'm chopping it off, have it sit on the shelf. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm not
Slay.
sorry.
Hey BHDC fam, we're coming at you today from Mesa, Arizona at the All Pro Barbershop. We got comedian and barber Phillip, Jewell.
Hey.
Jason Santiago, famous comedian here in Arizona.
How you doing?
And Jeff Clevenger from Tough Crowd joining us today. I got it's a hot boy summer. Let's scissor. Come with us on correct? Okay, well, you know what I meant.
No, I love it.
Okay, but yeah, so anyways.
I'm not falling for that effect,
So,
Loose rock and loose paper. That just sounds, that sounds uncomfortable, right?
yeah, I don't know, can guys even, is that even, no, that's not a thing.
You can, but you have to pull your balls upwards.
That is a visual.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
I mean, yeah, that's not, I'm just.
Wait, no. There's a thing? I don't know. I thought it was.
Well, you've never heard of guys scissor.
No, I think it's only.
I've never heard of guys scissor.
Weigh in the comments, guys at home. Please
Yeah.
weigh in the comments. Let us know, because we're ignorant. We don't know. Can guys scissors if you pull your balls?
I'd rather remain ignorant on that. So.
That's how they. No, that's how.
Jason videos.
I swear to God, that's how they do the song "Tainted Love" because it's taint on taint.
Oh my God! I'll never hear that say
Oh,
again. All right, okay, so we're derailed, guys. We're derailed. Anyways, so welcome to the Big Hair Don't Care podcast, guys. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, God.
It's great to see you guys. So, Phillip, Jewell, let's start with you real quick. So, how long have you been a barber for?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
What made you decide to want to be a barber?
When I decided to do comedy, I was like, you know what? I got to get out of corporate America. I don't want to have to ask for PTO or you deny me if I got to go do something. So I was like, what's the best way that I can get out and have full flexibility and be able to control my schedule? Let's go 1099 and be able to work behind a chair. So I like to bring people from the shop I like to bring people from the show into the shop, people from the shop into the show. So it works.
Nice.
Balance.
Yeah, speaking of shows, like I said in the intro, so you and Jason are both comedians.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been doing comedy for? And what got you started into comedy?
What got me started into comedy was people always told me I was funny since I was a kid, but I never tried to be funny. So one day I was like, you know what? How fucking funny could I be if I actually tried to be funny? And then I started going from there. So I've been doing comedy now for...
What, Jeff? What? So I'm sorry to interrupt you. What?
I mean,
he's like just projecting.
He's just
he wanted to
there.
say he's still trying.
well, I mean, we are talking about what Phillip's doing, and I know that's fascinating and all that.
Are you wanting to get back to
But
the whole
he
discussion we
literally,
were just having?
I mean, 2 seconds ago, he was literally just pardon my air saying that's what he imagined fucking in the 80s was like.
Okay, all right. So let's derail the Q&A.
Listen,
All I can think about is Jason shaving his pubic
Bro,
hair
Jason.
down to nothing.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking about a woman that ate out my ass one time, which is how I started narrowing my butthole in the first place. And I'm like, where did, barbershopping's great.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I'm glad, I'm happy for a self-made man. I'm proud of you.
I do imagine this was like looking for the clit in the 80s. You're just looking through that. No wonder why nobody could find
If you see my
They
legs
had to
shaking,
shave
you
it
drive,
off.
yes.
Yeah, women in the 80s were like, dog, nobody could find it. Let's just remove the forest. And then I'm still lost.
That's true. It still never helped.
Yeah, I'll take
Isn't that weird? How women sometimes the clit's like, looks like a tiny penis, or in your case it is a tiny.
Yeah,
I like it
like that. Really like it.
Have you seen one though like that?
Yeah, I have. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. I don't know what to do with this, but right, you go down to eat pussy and end up sucking dick. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay,
whatever.
you want it, right?
We're big hair, don't care. So exactly, say whatever you want.
I'm encouraged you talking about it as a matter of fact. I think it's a good thing. So
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen one that big. No. I instantly grew up that did testosterone.
Oh, I did watch China's porno as a kid. That did fuck me up a little bit.
Oh, China the wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She was hot.
I'll tell you about a video that fucked me up. You ever see remember that 2 girls in the cup?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't that. That moved my life.
Really?
I watched 20 seconds of that. And
You know,
20 seconds too long.
I actually researched how they did that. So here's the thing is, Yeah, they used to have to eat the stuff that I worked in nursing homes, is why I knew about it.
Okay.
So there's stuff you give old people because they can't shit regular. But
Yeah.
if you have a healthy digestive system, you could almost on the clock know.
Dude, it was like
15 minutes.
soft serve ice cream.
Yes, and it'll come out like it's almost like a soy wheat product, so your shit just comes out. So I don't even know if it has a taste.
Well, there was a rumor that that's what it was in the end, that it was completely fake. It
No,
was
you
not
watch
real.
the shit come out.
No.
I know,
It came right out of her ass.
Okay, I know, I see, but
Yeah,
okay, all right.
I watched it several times.
Yeah.
You
would.
In a row.
Anybody
yeah,
with
bro.
a haircut like that would watch it several times.
Oh, bro, I used to bring people into the room and be like, "Yo, come watch this." Oh, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful time in my
You're like
life.
the R. Kelly of Mesa.
Oh, bro, I was like, I gotta see this. I would watch a grown man grow up watching this. Yeah.
Now, Phillip and Jason, you guys have a show that is coming back out, correct? Or explain.
Well, incorrect. Phil and Dietrich actually have a show.
Oh, okay.
That's good. Thank you for making me feel really.
Oh, yeah, you're not sorry. Okay. We don't need you.
I guess I'm not part of the team with
Yeah,
that
I'm
one.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Dietrich who?
Rashad.
That's right. Dietrich Rashad, another
Yeah, not show.
funny.
So tell us about the show.
Show. It's called Ready or Not, right? So everybody thinks that they're ready for 10 minutes in a comedy club, which is really hard to get if you've been doing comedy. So as a local producer, it's like, oh, we got a shot to run a show at a big club. So why not give people the opportunity to do 10 minutes in a big club? But a lot of people suck. So what we do is we give people 5 minutes, right? You got to earn the extra 5. So we cut the mics. We have the crowd vote. Either you're not ready, you get the fuck off the stage, or you're ready and you get 5 more. So you have the opportunity to get 10 minutes. You just got to earn all 10.
Beautiful.
Or earn 5.
Can I tell a quick little story?
Yeah.
about
sir.
this? So big fan of the show. I think, like I said, I've only missed like 3 of the show. I love the show. First time he had me, I was begging him, like, come on, I want to do the show. I want to do the show. They put me on the show. The great set was probably, I was like my first term set as far as just, as you like get better in comedy. Finding out after the fact what the premise of the show for them is that they purposely will book comics to watch them fail.
Oh.
I do.
And I was one of those comics that he booked. I just happened to kill it, which was amazing.
Never recovered.
Listen. We just get here to get the opportunity. We're just here. I'm just here to provide the opportunity.
We killing it ever since, though.
You got it.
All right, so just quick question. Now that we moved you, thank God, is that true? So really, he was putting people out there just to kind of weed out people that sucked.
No, it wasn't so much that sucked. That's it. Some people just needed a wake up call. Jesus.
Listen, you got to book some that you need to feel like you've been humbled.
Should I not have started?
Opportunity. No, it's a go fit.
No, it's cool. You called out a lot of people.
Everyone that's booked is like, damn. Listen, some of you.
So when does the show start?
It's bad because it's a Phoenix comedy scene, and there is not any drama out here or none of that. It's just gonna be weird for you guys to cause some sort of riff.
Oh yeah, because it's really hard to get Phoenix comedy scene drama. Mic Drop Mania is where the new home of the show will be at. So it's fun. Listen, there's been a lot of people that's come up and said it helped them, right? Some people were ready for the first 5 minutes and then ate shit the last 5 minutes, and they're like, I wasn't ready for 10. And I didn't know I wasn't ready for a good 10. Because you can feel the fucking energy drop.
Yeah.
Because look, if you can't make somebody laugh in a comedy club, it's not the crowd, it's you. They paid to go laugh. You know what I mean? If you just go to a bar to drink and then it's fucking an open mic and you hear fucking dead baby jokes, you're like, well, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that. Whatever it is. But you go to a comedy club, dog, you're expected to laugh. So if you can't make them laugh, it's on you, bitch.
Yeah, there you go. Now, Jason, how long have you done comedy for?
Going on 7 years. In October.
Okay.
And I did it because I had not going back on a little serious note. So a cousin of mine who I was very, very close with, more like a brother, he started doing comedy back in New York. And we were like 2 peas in the pod, but this dude laughed at everything. So he made me promise him, he's like, you have to try this at least once. You have to try it at least once. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but listen, you laugh at everything. I can't trust my funniness based upon what you laugh at. So when he passed away, man of my words, I tried it out. And surprisingly enough, my first set was great. Second set I ever did was horrible.
Was it?
But I got bit by that bug, and it was crazy. They had like 40 some odd people from work. It was at New Faces.
Oh, wow, okay.
at the Tempe Improv. My mom and my pops were
Aw.
in the audience and
Nice.
everything, and so I was just like, this is something that I know that I have talent for. Just need to work on it, and been doing it ever since.
I noticed, like, on social media, you travel quite a bit. So, I mean, you must be good at what you do because you're always somewhere, another state, another something, doing some big
Yeah,
shows.
no, I'm usually because I'm on the run from the cops, but
Oh, okay, well,
yeah, no, I found that when I grow as a comedian whenever I leave.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm in front of different crowds. I mean, yeah, this is America, but each state has their own culture and whatnot.
That is the thing. Each
You
state
know?
does have their own feel to that shit. Not only that, man, there's two parts of comedy, and Jason masters them both. One, being on stage, and two, marketability and marketing yourself.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
You know
much.
what I mean?
Aw,
So that
you're
is-
the cutest. I love it.
We'll make sure everybody sees too how to follow you guys on all your social
Oh, yeah,
media
absolutely.
platforms. Jason, if you wanted to talk about your sex life.
Next thing,
Yeah, your sex
I also have a show. I have a Pick Your Punch at the House of Comedy. My next show date is going to be July 2nd. Probably going to be after this, but that show concept is that I have 4 comedians that compete to headline the next show. I'm going to have a headliner and a feature, but the comedians that are competing, they each give me 5 punchlines each. At the end of the show, I take them all and I put them in a bucket and I bring the audience into the show. So I'll have an audience member pick a punchline out of the bucket, and then each comic gets 10 minutes. They have to incorporate that punchline into their set.
That's such a cool concept.
It really,
It's a
it's a
fun
really
show.
cool show. I've been there many a times for it, and it's a very cool concept. It's neat.
It's not as easy as it looks sometimes.
No, it's not. It's, that's what makes it cool.
I like watching people bomb on that show too.
Oh my god, I
I love
can't.
it. Listen, if you are on stage and you feel like you suck, and I am there, and you hear me laugh, you suck.
Aw. I hate when
Listen,
people bomb. I want
I
to cry.
love it.
I feel so bad.
I love it. It
It's
gives
the
me
best
heart.
thing for a comedian, man.
One of the
It
things,
gives me a chuff, dog.
one of the big things Phil would do to me, like right before I'm getting ready to go up, Phil will walk over to me and start roasting whoever was on stage or roasting someone or something to throw me off my game and get me laughing. Just because.
Hello.
Just because he was trying to throw me off my game, but he would have me cracking up dying.
If
So
you-
just because you're laughing does not mean that what you're saying is funny. He's laughing at you. No.
If you hear me laugh out loud, dog, it's most likely you're not doing good.
Oh my
You
God.
can hear. I love it. I
Okay.
love it because I've
Fair
been
enough.
there.
Yeah, fair enough. You're right.
You know what I mean? I've been there, so I know the feeling. I know, and I can see on your face when this is like, fuck, I want this ride to be over. I don't.
Yeah, oh my god.
Well, you ever hear the story
You're
like
brutal.
when Patrice used to do that stuff to people at like the Comedy Store and stuff, and he did that to Kevin Hart. He was
Oh,
standing
yeah.
up, he brought up a phone book. He's like, you may as well read this, motherfucker. Just as funny as what you're saying. Just
She's
was rude
one of my
people.
favorite comics.
Oh yeah, I love fucking Jason right before he goes up on
That's
stage.
good, but see, that's the shit that makes comics better. I mean, it also
Yeah.
builds
Yeah,
the right type of camaraderie. It's like
Yeah.
your job is to push each other.
Yeah.
You know, bust
All the
each other's
time,
balls
yep.
with it. So-
better, and we all bump. You know what I mean?
That's the concept of these shows is a great idea because it
Yeah.
forces people like that. But pulling a line from a hat, basically, it forces you to learn to improvise.
No.
Right.
But also, like on the spot, I mean, there's what stronger tools that than have to stop and think. Think.
Yeah.
think.
In front of a live crowd,
That's
you gotta
Yeah.
come up with a punchline.
There's
set it up.
no greater silence than being on stage and
Yeah.
not having anything to say.
Now, what do you say to the ones, because I've seen it, I've been to many comedy shows here in Arizona and out, to the comics that they clearly bombed, but they will never admit that they've ever bombed, and they just have that, they're higher than thou, and they're high horse, and, mightier than thou, and, they're the best. What's your advice, like, to them? Slap them back down to reality. Do you have any kind of words of wisdom?
Keep that same mindset. I'll run laps around you.
Yes. Yeah. There we
Well,
go.
I mean, believe it, I mean, if you're taking it seriously, that's a growing moment for
You
yourself.
know, it should, absolutely, it should be, but I'm saying, so I've
Some
seen
people-
several that don't.
Some people don't realize it, and they
Yeah.
don't want to take that step back and be like, oh damn, that didn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to blame the crowd or blame whatever else, and some people just aren't self-aware that they suck.
Well, yeah, it's got to be a horrible thing to admit. I mean, nobody wants to admit that you sucked at something. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but
You don't grow like that.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I mean?
no.
If you think every set was good, then there's no room
Yeah.
for improvement,
There you
so
go.
then you don't work to improve. You know,
Yeah.
I am a very big critic of my sets, right? What I consider me bombing, maybe someone else is like, oh, I just killed it, right?
Mhm.
And that's not to be like, I'm just that great, but my laugh count is different. So even
Yeah.
if I have like decent show where it's like, oh, that was good. In my mind, I'm like, fuck, I bombed because I didn't get my cues here. I had my dead space here. I didn't like my flow there. My transition wasn't good. So I'm thinking about everything when I watch my shit back. I'm like, why didn't I get my laughs throughout? Now, there's not a time that I get on stage where I don't feel like I won't get a laugh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's consistency, you
Yeah.
know, throughout the entire show, not just getting a laugh,
Right.
go 90 seconds, you know what I mean? 3 minutes, and then you get another little laugh. Like, it's a fucking bomb, dog. You
Yeah.
gotta do good.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm curious to know. Now I asked Taco. Taco does comedy. I asked this to her when she was on the first episode. What's your end goal with this comedy thing? Now with Taco, she doesn't want to be famous because you think that's why you're doing this, right?
Yep.
To be up in the lights, Netflix, whatever it is that you choose. She does not want that. She's happy, so to speak, where she is. I mean, to keep growing, but she doesn't want to be famous. Tour buses, Netflix, this and that. Not her thing. I'm curious to know where you boys, where are you going with this? What's your end goal with it?
You can go take that, Jay.
I mean, I would love to have all the glamour and glitz that goes with it, and I know a lot of headaches go
Yes,
along with
of
it
course.
as well. But on a more realistic level, where be able to do this as like full time, as a living. I mean, I'm not maybe about 3/4. No, not even 3/4. Like maybe about close to half from doing that.
Fuck yeah.
But it's just something to where I'm working for myself.
Yeah.
And I just love the game of comedy. I love the grind of it. I love the sleepless nights. Because I mean, I have insomnia, but I mean, driving from one state to another to go perform and then driving back home.
Bro,
stuff.
this motherfucker will do a burn and turn to LA in the same night. I did it with him one time. I was like, Jason, don't ever invite me.
I will say that. I try to keep up with the shows and I'll be trying to help host and stuff. And I'll be like, how the fuck is he? He was just at House of Comedy, but he's in LA and then China. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, how
I'll take that bullet train.
Miami, not Arizona.
Thursday through Sunday? Like, what are you doing? I went a 3-night set in Florida and I'm like,
To me, that's the whole comedy experience, though.
Right.
Like I look back and I watch documentaries. Like Kevin Hart talking about it. Like all Chris Rock, all these documentaries when they talk about when they were in the come up process and the things that they did and the nightless nights. Sleepless nights that they went through. I was like, we're missing him. Look at that.
He just looks dry. I didn't want his hair to.
You know what?
I want to be easier to.
I want to get Jeff wet, but I'm glad somebody did while he was in the
I
chair.
saw you did because the whole back of my neck's all drippy.
Well, that's not water,
The
Jeff.
back of your, I was just gonna say the back of your neck is drippy.
It's not water. You think of it coming for nothing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Straight
exactly.
Uh-huh.
No, I want to be fucking famous.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want them to shut down airports. I want to be as big as you could fucking be. I want to do this full time. I want to be rich off of it. And there's no shortage of that. That's
Dude,
what
I could
love
strap a bomb to you.
I love
Do that
that.
this weekend if you really wanted
Like my male
to. You'll be
spirit
famous.
animal,
We'll shut down the airport.
Yeah,
The whole
but
shit. There you go.
it's sad because a lot of people don't want to admit that. Like, that's nothing wrong with admitting that at all. At all.
No,
That's why you're doing this.
Why would you want to go away?
Exactly. For
You know?
real.
I want to be one of the greatest comedians to do it. I want to be the best comedian to ever come out of Arizona.
Would you breathe quieter? please?
There is such a huge talent pool of comics in just the United States, let alone other countries or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that we all have in common if we're working is that we're funny. It's like, all right, now who takes this seriously enough to get to that next level? Who understands the business side of it to get there? Because a lot of comics, that's where they fall short, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, where they don't get or understand the business side of comedy. Like, how can you do it full time if you don't understand how to get paid, how to have those conversations,
Yes.
how to market yourself, how to, which revenue streams are good to have in order to be able to do that? Because it's not just all based off of just your club performance or anything like that. It's like, do you have merch going on? Are you doing voiceover work? Or there's so many different things that you can get into in order to be able to establish that income that you need. And a lot of cats just don't. I don't know.
Now, who here does TikTok? Are you guys on TikTok?
I'm on it. I don't really.
utilize it?
I don't. I do Instagram mostly, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I just actually changed my entire TikTok.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Look, okay.
Yeah, because I get no love.
Yeah, I know.
Any
Well, I
comedy
tried
pieces?
to. I tried, but I know. Yeah,
It's zero. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I've been doing this running thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn my TikTok all the way to this complete running page. Because I was gonna incorporate the running on Instagram too. But I was like, I just want that one just to be straight comedy and barbering a little bit. But yes, I do TikTok. But I just switched it over to the straight running.
Okay. No, we'll get to the running in just a second because I do want to talk about that and how that got started and what you're doing. Back to the TikTok thing. I was just kind of curious because you guys being comedians, what do you think of the whole Matt Rife thing? Everyone's saying, oh, he just got famous because he's a TikTok comedian and all that kind of stuff. I'm curious what you guys think about that whole thing. I have my opinion, but what do you guys think about that? Was he a real deal comedian or was it TikTok that made him famous? Or what do you think? Does he deserve to be famous?
He was famous, but before, like he actually.
That kid been doing comedy since he was like 16. Since he was young.
Exactly.
He used to
he's worked at it. He's been in clubs.
He used to steady feature for Bill Dawes. I did a show with Bill Dawes at Wise Guys Comedy Club. Shout out to Bill Dawes, real funny comic, good dude. And like he's always wanted to be where he's at. And so you do the things that you need to do that will break you open. You know, like so whether it's gonna be the crowd work thing and crowd work, like so here's the concept. I don't know if anybody's ever took the time to even wonder why he or any other comic will post only crowd work clips. It's because of this. If you have material and you put it all on social media, and you're gonna do that material, when they come see you at the club, they're like, well, I already heard this. Yeah. So what they do is that they'll put crowd work clips up there that are funny to entice those people to say, hey, you know what, this guy's pretty funny, or this gal's pretty funny. You know, oh wow, they're gonna be playing at such and such club in my city. Let me go check them out. Now he can run that material. Because he'll say it, because he said it left and right. He goes, his whole set is not just crowd work.
No, not
you
at
know,
all.
so again, people that are making those kind of comments are ignorant. They don't understand exactly why or what the reason is behind, and they're just joining the rest of the propaganda group that's on there and just.
Well, it's a battle effect against
Perfect answer.
comedians. This ain't the old days where we grew up in comedy. You had to go see it at a club if you wanted to steal someone's material. Nowadays, you live in a world, somebody records your set, and you got a killer 10-minute set or anything like that. Some jackass is copying their jokes. I mean, look, we all have material that sounds similar, but you know.
Yeah,
the Matt Rife thing
is out there.
Like there's a chick that I follow. I can't remember her name on TikTok. Probably would shout out anyways. But she does like videos that show. She's funny. She's funny. She's TikTok funny. She's online funny, right? And she talks about like her kids. Her videos are interesting. Blows up. Now she got a spot. Now she's doing stand up.
Okay.
Right? Went from TikTok funny. She's now doing stand up and sign off shows. You don't get to skip the process. I guarantee she sucks. I don't know. Not
Trailer
sucks.
Trash Tammy? Is that what you're talking about?
No. She has like she's cute, but she always talks about her kids. Like, oh, little bitch. I don't know. I'll show you.
We'll find her and we're gonna edit it. We'll edit that in a little bit.
But I'm not saying that she sucks. I'm just saying that she's gonna be
different.
She's less than a year into comedy and she is selling out shows. So that show can't be that great. As far as from her, I can't imagine because it's experience. The thing with Matt Rife was doing comedy almost 12 plus years before he blew up on comedy. So he had already been doing stand-up. You can go from stand-up, TikTok famous, to even better, more stand-up, right? But you can't go from just, I make TikTok funny videos and then jump straight into stand-up.
Exactly.
I disagree with that.
Do you?
Only because I have one comic that I could refer to just as far as my example. My boy Stephen Ho. He started out with TikTok. He did all these emergency room TikToks. I mean, this dude is hilarious. He does different characters. And I think he's in his second or third year, or probably third year now of comedy. Could be wrong. Sorry, Steve, if I'm going that wrong. But he featured with Jack Jr. for an entire year, was his feature. All year. Now he is headlining the country. And if you look at his date list, he is jam-packed. And it was for the first time that I've seen in a while at the House of Comedy that all 5 shows that he did, including the Thursday show, were sold out.
Nice.
But you're saying he was doing
funny.
skits and sketches. He was writing all that before he got on stage. So he was already doing comedy, right?
Well, but you gotta think about it. Doing video like skits and stuff like that, that's a completely different world.
Yeah, you're right.
So
putting that on
I would
stage.
feel like he's an anomaly. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but it's like
I should be saying like the likelihood of that.
The
is not
likelihood
easy.
of it, and I don't know, Buddy. I would guarantee you, if you take Buddy's 3rd show from going on tour after just doing nothing to that to now, I bet you would look back and be like, damn, that was trash. I just had someone that was able to get me on the stage and help work with me and take me on the road with them for a year. Right? I'm not saying that he wasn't funny, but what I am saying is that he wasn't polished.
Right, yeah. Well,
Because it's experience. You can't skip that step and just go straight from videos where I never did stand-up to stand-up. Well, you can, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's impossible to be done. Obviously, you just told possible. But the whole Matt Rife thing was, no, he was already a comedian before TikTok blew him up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and it's harder for people that do that. It's the same with the big-haired dude that has the Gap.
Carrot Top?
No, he's a black dude. He follow me, you fucking idiots. He came down to
Michael Strahan?
It's like Chudier, I don't know. Starts like CAs. I'll show you him too. I suck with names.
Okay,
You
right.
see Michael Strahan? Yeah, Strahan in the morning. But he was a comedian too, but he blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then he's traveling, and it just helped propel their comedy careers.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make their comedy career.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you guys answered perfect, because that's what I was looking for. Because I knew the answer. That everyone just, like you said, they're ignorant. Oh, he just got you blew up from TikTok. No, if you did your research and watched his interviews, and did your research, you'd realize he'd been doing this since he was like underage. His mom would have to take him to the club and chaperone, and he had been doing this for His
special sucked, but
right.
you know, and my whole thing, like with this whole special, was that joke that everyone was so mad about. It wasn't really that
Yeah, it was not at all.
It wasn't offensive. I was mad at it because it was, you're on a Netflix special, and that's a joke that is told.
Yeah,
that's at construction sites, and anyone could tell that dumbass joke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a thoughtful joke.
Exactly.
That's the reason why I was mad at it. It was like, oh, that's such a plain joke for you to open up with on a Netflix special.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you went with. That's being.
They should have went old school and did the Aristocrats one of the Catholics telling the green. You ever heard that old school?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
you guys might be just a generation too young for that.
It might be 2 generations too young, Joe.
It's a clap. Really? Is that really a time for it? It's a clap. Yeah.
What's the?
I'm gonna make it to the next one at this point.
Well, what's it? I want to hear it though now.
Yeah, that's
the old Aristocrats show.
Well, like how we go? I
So
mean, know
it was a joke from like the 40s shows, like a vaudeville one, where the guys would tell a joke, and the whole idea was to be as more disgusting than the next comic, like as the last comic. But the joke was about a family that comes in. It's like a mom, a dad, a daughter, a son, and a pet. And this guy's like, hey, you know, he's an entertainer, promoter. And he's like, what's your act? And the dad comes in and he like starts, bringing the mom or whatever. The mom starts blowing the stuff. Whatever it is, it's like. But in the 40s, the joke was like, you know what I'm talking about, Bert? The 40s,
Bert.
he's masturbating, so I wanted to ask.
I didn't know that they were doing that in the 40s. I thought there was like a little war.
We created sex, like.
No.
Look, kid, I'm gonna bring you another sister. No,
I didn't know finger banging was going on in the 40s.
No, just in your name.
Everybody was gone. You know, it makes sense.
That was the gist of this joke. It was like, so they come in and the dad was like, you know, he does something kind of gross, the mom does something gross. And then at the end, the guy's like, oh my God, what do you call them? They're like, we're the Aristocrats. Like a stupid name like the Aristocrats because it was like fancy. But as comics, like if you watch specials with like, I'm not going to give out the names right now, but if you just watch them in the 80s, 90s, these guys would tell jokes like, the dad's jerking off on the dog, they're fucking the dog, they eat the dog's blood. It gets grosser and grosser. Yeah. Basically like a typical Thursday night. But like what it is it's who can outgross the other one. And that's all. It's like a thing amongst comics.
Yeah.
You guys are,
we'll do that. Like,
I can never outgross Jason.
Well, I mean, with the old freaking Two Girls in the Cup, you outgrossed me right there. Like, I don't think I could.
I mean, you can watch it and show people to gross them out, but he's like, it was by myself watching it.
He's like, I charge tickets for that shit.
I'll go to McDonald's to get a fucking.
When he's frosty,
this is great, guys. You want some?
So then we've all seen when the guy sticks a mayonnaise jar up his ass and it breaks, right?
No.
What the?
Okay. Now, speaking of mayonnaise jars of asses, Phillip, I want to address your hair.
That's a great segment.
I transition. That's how I do it.
It's a shit show.
What we have going on here? What is that called?
This is the skullet. This is the skullet, and it is here to stay.
Oh, you heard that.
I do not support that haircut.
Right? I'm doing it for the balls. Just because, listen, if you can't have a hairline, you can get a neckline. All right?
Yeah.
Same with fat.
That makes you shit.
Are you gonna let it go super long?
He doesn't have
a t-shirt.
He does because his bald spot. He has like a natural fade blend because of the bald spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a little sun, right?
Yeah.
It just spreads.
It's like a fucking Comanche.
Where did that?
You
Where
look like
did
the
the
poster boy
inspiration
for
for that? Like,
leukemia.
how did it come about? You wanted to do that? Did you see it somewhere, or you made it up?
Like
or-
Spacey's rocket from the Jetsons.
No, Dietrich
That-
was
that
like,
kind
I'm
of
gonna
hairline
get a
thing, you should
skull.
put
He's
that
like,
in.
I'm gonna get a mullet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, obviously I can't do a mullet,
Yeah.
so we were like, you know what? I'll do a skull it.
Okay.
So we had to design the haircut from
Oh.
scratch because there's no references to it.
Okay.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. The fucking fucked up thing about it was a month later when I went to go drop the video, the haircut, someone else had did it and it made it to the Shannon Sharp show. And then it looks like I copied their haircut.
You see, you should have let me drop that video when I had it, bro.
Yeah.
You should have let me.
You heard it here
It wasn't
seconds.
ready yet.
You created this
It
haircut.
wasn't ready
But
yet.
it was just a concept.
Makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Did it.
Damn it! Did they rip you
Yeah, but I
off?
tell you this
Phillip?
though, like, so one of
Angry.
our boys, it started to become contagious because one of our boys, last time I was in here, Dave, one of our boys was getting a haircut. I'm like, are you really getting the same haircut? He was like, yeah, man. And I was like, oh my God.
That's
The hair.
another person on purpose to
On
talk
purpose.
about.
It's not even a comment.
Listen, the hair gives me power.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Surrounded by pussy.
I know.
They're outside the doors, beating on the doors,
Yeah.
and going in bad.
Too many times I've had to be like, oh my god, new panties.
Yeah.
Just hit me while I'm driving, window down. Just- Yeah. Just hair fucking flowing out the.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
this is the middle base. I would not brag about this.
Yeah.
I didn't say they were good, Jeff, but you know what?
How are you gonna let it grow like into a ponytail?
I'm gonna let it grow until it touches my shoulders.
Yes. You're gonna commit. I love your commitment.
Oh,
Then you will really look like
Commitment on
a
this.
cartel leader,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, I can't wait for beanie season. I'm gonna be
Oh, yeah.
beanie fishing these bitches.
Right.
You gotta,
Beanie fish.
you'll have the beanie on. It look like you have like,
Yeah.
like the you bought the hair with
Yes,
you.
yeah, the one
Oh,
that's
yeah.
sewing.
Because when I have the beanie on, you're gonna be like, oh, that guy has the full head of hair, and then take it off and be a mind
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Leak on them.
I do not condone this. This one looks like just to be official
doesn't
right now.
mean
It's on video now, Jake.
Do not condone this.
So let's let people at home know. When can they find you here at All Pro Barbershop? And when can they find your comedy shows, like as of now, and Instagram and all that fun stuff? Let them know where to follow you, find you, do you, suck you, fuck you, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Have it.
Well, we got Jeff for the last part.
Yep.
So don't worry, you guys are safe. No, man, we're out here in Mesa, man. You can look us up at allprobarbershop.com. Here has my full list, my schedule. I'm here from Monday to Saturday. And then you can follow me on Instagram at the real Phillip Jewell. I post all my shows on there, videos, and
We'll put it up on screen for you guys too.
the banter.
And check it out, just so you know, a little side note. Phillip Jewell here loves the BBWs. He loves us thick, bodacious babes. Check out his content. It's hysterical and funny. He loves us big babes. Does a lot of
I
good
love a big
content
booty.
about it. Yeah. That too, Jason. Yeah. Now you, Jason, where can everybody find you at?
Everybody can find me at Jason Santiago Comedy on Instagram or Jason Santiago on Facebook. I have the House of Comedy shows coming up July 2nd. Again, this is probably going to air after the fact. I also have Stir Crazy Comedy Club in Glendale on July 11th. I'm going to be in Denver in August. And I have a couple of LA shows coming up towards the end of August. But you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and you'll be able to see what my date lists are.
Awesome. And Jeff Clevenger, besides the gutter, where can people find you? Let them know.
Probably some random whorehouse.
Take me with you, Jeff.
You're right. Stay Phillip. You gotta get out there. You can follow Jeff at the Tough Crowd Jeff on Instagram.
It doesn't matter where you can find me. Here's the point. These two, you're going to see more of their faces more often. You'll see me around. Don't worry about it. Follow the Big Hair Don't Care podcast.
We'll go forward. Let's go.
Love it.
Are we done?
We're done. Big hair, don't care. Whoa, buddy, I'm just trying to build no old money, but they could never steal my heart or my soul from me. But you can stare. Lights, action, camera, whatever the order, I handle the showtime. When it's go time, I'ma stand in the middle of the room with a bow tie, and I won't shy from the stamina. Hi, I'm Angela. Oh my, I'm